Hey folks, I'm back again with another speed paint video, but this one will be a little different. I wanted to try something new. I've seen a couple of fellow artists creating these D&D story times, and I have absolutely loved them, so of course I wanted to try and make one of my own. This piece in particular was based off a fun moment from a campaign I play in. I'll try my absolute best to tell you all about what's going on here and about who these characters are. To start things off, I ought to mention the campaign is set in Critical Role's Wildemount, so there will be some references throughout these stories to that campaign setting. I feel I ought to get some things cleared out of the way before we really dive into the video, since there's a few homebrew things my DM has also crafted for this campaign. I'll start off with our party, the Bloody Oath. I actually don't know the exact origin story behind the name itself, but it definitely suits. It consists of Bastion, our Warforged fighter, Alana, our Elven wizard, Odrin, the Dwarven cleric, Ruviel, the Shadar-kai warlock sorcerer, and finally Curio, my halfling bard. Each member is also a chosen champion of the gods in this world. Important to note since it comes up a lot, particularly with Ruviel, the one featured in the speed paint, who happens to have a pact with the Raven Queen. The Ossuary Tower, currently the antagonists of the campaign so far. Maybe they're a little bit more nuanced than that, but as far as we see them, they're big and mean and evil and scary. Believe it or not, the party used to actually work under the tower, but after more of the tower's dark intentions and deeds came to light, our party was forced to split off. Here is what we know about the tower so far. Number 1, they are working to depose the Raven Queen and reinstate their old god, their previous god of death. At least that's what we've picked up so far. We don't know exactly who this old god is quite yet. But number 2, they are also connected in some way with entropy. We haven't quite figured out exactly what entropy is yet either, other than it has something to do with Ruidus, the Red Moon of Exandria. In the campaign right now, we're on a precipice of sort of a lot of knowledge of finding stuff out about the tower and this entropy entity thing and Ruidus, and oh my god, there's so much to keep track of, truly. Entropy itself, it corrupts. It has some kind of twisted influence over the dead and seems, at least to me, kind of aberrant in nature. As far as we, the players, have found out so far, we think it may be trapped on the moon. Yeah. My character Curio stumbled into the party by absolute chance. How else does a halfling bard from a farming town like Felderwin end up with a motley crew of chosen champions? Curio is a hot mess. To describe her in a few words, she's anarchist, pop-punk, grunge, clown core. I took a lot of inspiration from characters like Sarah from Dragon Age, and aesthetic-wise from punk scenes and Bowie. Curio is also a member of the Golden Grin, a secret society of revolutionary bards who work to root out corruption and tyranny. I also happen to build my bard for high society infiltration for this purpose, and let me tell you, her deception proficiency definitely helps with that. This is all worth noting, because Curio's whole shtick and gimmick is sort of like, infiltrate these noble high society events and go, okay sure, I look like a court jester, but I'm really here to make you look like the fool. They love to ruin reputations, spread gossip, and collect secrets. She will also not hesitate to get her hands dirty when dealing with corruption, if she has to. All of these were great reasons for me to make her a College of Whispers bard, the most morally grey of the bard colleges. And thus leads us to the Baron's Eve Ball in Zadash. Held by King Dwendal of the Zemnian Empire, many important figures were also set to attend. Members of the Cerberus Assembly, the Ossuary Tower, other nobility, and important military leaders, such as Brigadier Audrey T. Seeker, Curio's mother. The Bloody Oath, of course, was also invited to attend, considering they were working with the Ossuary Tower at the time. Curio was not a part of the party yet at all. It was, in fact, the perfect setup for Curio to sneak in and cause little hell. It should be noted, her and her mother don't exactly see eye to eye, so Curio was set on taking the chance to prank the shit out of her at such a fancy event. Unbeknownst to the party or Curio, The Barons Eve Ball was set to end in disaster. There was an orchestrated attack, which the party now knows was set up by the tower, or at the very least they had a hand in it. If you're listening to this, DM, curse you! Following the attack, amidst the haze of the aftermath, Curio realized her mother was just gone, killed. There was no fixing it. Ruviel, then maybe sensing what Curio was feeling, gave her two options: tuck tail and run, or join the party for answers and vengeance. This is exactly how she met Ruviel, the Shadowkai elf in the middle. After the ball, there wasn't really time to rest. The Oath were probably wanted for questioning, and the moment they did get a chance to catch a breather, there came a vampire knocking, looking to cash in on her favor, and offering promising leads in turn. Absolutely bonkers stuff, especially to Curio, who just got there. She had no idea what was going on, how this vampire knew the group, or what she was about to get caught up in. But regardless, the vampire led the party to an abandoned sanatorium where, coincidentally, the Ossuary Tower were making moves. Combat ensued. This piece is based off a moment from that exact combat. Curio may have just met the group, but that didn't stop her from stepping up to protect them, especially if it meant a chance to spit in the face of the tower. Especially Aquilon, the Ossarch. You can actually see the back of him in this piece, closing in on a wounded Ruviel. They do not like each other. Aquilon wants to dethrone the Raven Queen. Ruviel doesn't want to dethrone the Raven Queen, for obvious reasons. The fight did not go down as intended. Our back was against the wall, and ultimately we were forced to flee. Ruviel sacrificed herself to help us escape, and that was kind of the last we thought we'd see of her. Thankfully, the Raven Queen had other plans. And now the Bloody Oath is all back together. Back on the road, trying and struggling to put things together as we try to stop the end of the world as we know it. That, my friends, is the very roughly summarized story of this art I made. Honestly, it is always so much fun to bring these kinds of D&D moments to life. It's always such a blast to get to draw my friends and I's D&D characters too. I would love to do more storytime videos like this in the future, hopefully more detailed as well. This one was by all means a test run, and it has taken me a long time to figure out how I want to kind of approach this sort of stuff. That said, I am super open to feedback, so if you'd like to see more story times or more D&D content, then please let me know in the comments. Thanks so much for coming by and watching this video. It seriously means a lot to me. I hope you're all taking great care of yourselves, staying hydrated, and having fun playing D&D. I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye bye!